Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for your daily tarot reading by Tarot Mom. I ask you to choose the stone that draws you, the one that really resonates with your gut, and we will begin. Got a few hosta blossoms here. My hosta, always faithful. Okay, for those of you who chose this white and gold stone, we have the Strength card, the Emperor, and the Eight of Coins. All right. Well, the Strength and the Emperor together, my gosh. So you might be feeling like time to lay down the law, really. Whether that's, well, in your own life, yes, but it might be for someone else too. You might be feeling like it's time to be strong and be in charge. So if there is something you have to be in charge about, or it's time for you to take the reins and sure, maybe lay down the law or communicate very clearly about what you see as right or wrong, it's the force is with you. The force is with you today. Let's put it that way. The Strength card. The Strength is divine strength and protection, but also it can be just simply, it's a day where you feel quite strong. You feel quite strong, and it would be in setting things to rights given that Emperor card. It would be sort of strong regarding either getting real with yourself, getting real with other people about, hey, I need this to happen, I need that to stop, what have you. Now, the Eight of Coins, now that's interesting. You may not always feel comfortable in this, like you've got it down, like you know how to do that. Right. It's hard because, when you take charge, especially when you may be setting a boundary or indicating something needs to change, it's hard, right? People don't welcome that. People will criticize you for that sometimes. And it's very difficult to do correctly, isn't it? It's very difficult to do in a way that is just this quiet strength. So we're all learning. The Eight of Coins is the learning card. It's the apprentice card. We're all learning. So maybe it's really all right to be learning, but you still will have those times when you have to take charge. So the Strength card suggests you should ask Source for just that quiet strength. We don't need to be angry when we're setting a boundary or conveying an expectation. In fact, that dilutes our message, right? We can simply have the quiet strength of knowing we are correct. The other person probably knows that we're correct. If they're honest, they may be defensive. They may not be honest with themselves right away. But if we've really searched our hearts and thought it through, and there's something that needs to be said, then we can just rest in that and be calm in that and know that. Ask Source for help in conveying that. So that's very interesting. If this is about strength, being strong yourself, like getting real with yourself, with the Emperor card, like, okay, I'm taking charge of my life. What I'm doing is not working in this area. And we do have to be careful, by the way, to not say nothing's working or I'm so-and-so, critical, self-critical of ourselves like that. We do have to be, no, that's not true. There may be 100 things in your life that are going right, you do well with, but there may be something you're feeling like, I need to take charge of this situation because what I'm doing needs to change. I'm just looking at cause and effect, right? The Emperor can come up when there's a cause and effect relationship. You do this, you get that. You don't do this, you get this is what you get, So if it's getting real with ourselves and having to take charge, important not to be self-critical. It is okay to be learning, being in reality, and being courageous and strong enough to say, hey, what I'm doing isn't working, is huge. It's a great sign of strength. It's a great sign of maturity. It's huge. So you need to give yourself a pat on the back for having the courage to say, this in this area of my life, I really do, it needs some attention. I really need to do something different there, because only the courageous can do that. We human beings, we can stay in a negative pattern for years and years, and many never escape it. Many just say, they throw in the towel, or I don't want to look at that. So just the fact that a person is looking at it is, strong, very, very strong. And we can always ask for help and strength in dealing with an area of our life we feel like we need to make change in, and give ourselves room for learning. As long as we're in reality and we're looking at things and we're being quite strong that way, any problem can be solved. Usually takes more than one pass at it. Usually takes, it's a process with that 8 of coins more than anything, but being in reality is quite strong. Okay, there we go. For those of you who chose the purple and clear striped stone, we have the Empress. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the 4 of Cups. Okay. So the Empress is your major arcana, brand new beginnings, pregnant with new possibilities. It's like we're pregnant. You're pregnant with the possibility. The time is right for it. You are well prepared for it. There's some new life-giving, something wanting to come into your life. There is something you need to do, though, with the Empress. You need to, usually it's just making the decision to allow it to happen, to allow it to unfold. Looking back in regret isn't going to help you with your new beginning. It's just not. It's engaging in a narrative, a thought pattern that says, this is what I've done wrong, this is what, I'll keep doing this wrong. You know what I mean? Or this is what's happened to me, this what's keeping happened to me, this is what always happens to me. Oh, no, no, no. We have to watch our thoughts. Nope. We can change our minds about that. We can say more 6 of Swords, like, okay, I've learned some things. Maybe some of them were hard lessons or difficult realities to take in, but I'm going to take what I've learned to calmer waters. I'm going to take what I've learned to a better future. That's the better attitude about this. The 4 of Cups, there might be a nice message Source is trying to give you that you're not hearing. And maybe it is, again, this is a dissatisfaction card. So there might be some heavy emotions on you lately, perhaps from some disappointments recently, or some things that you just, you don't have a lot of emotional satisfaction from these aspects of your life. In fact, you have the other. So it might have kind of worn you down a bit, but the Empress is coming in to say, oh boy, no, 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 that just makes for more fertile ground for a change. That just makes for a better chance of something new and life-giving coming in. So maybe it's a perspective shift today. If there's something that you've just been focusing on, that you just feel like you just can't abide, you cannot be okay with it. You feel like you cannot be happy as long as this situation is in your life. The Empress says something new and life-giving is coming in. Start envisioning a different future. Really, just start envisioning a different future. That is not true, because Source is bringing in a new message, a new hope. So grab it, grab that cup, grab that hopeful cup. Turn your backs on these and take the 2 cups that are ascending, that are hopeful. These are cups that are full of messages or emotions that are positive. So you have every reason to do that. Even if you look around, you can't see it. You can't see it in your present. You can't see it in your past. There is still a new beginning percolating. So it's a good time to ask Source for clarity in that, for seeing that, for a change in maybe your emotion, your hopefulness. And we have the dove here. That's usually a representation of spirit. And this, something coming out of the clouds is usually an offering from spirit. So you've got spirit on your side here. Looks like something new and good is coming in. The old disappointments should be let go. For those of you who chose the agate, we have the Ten of Swords, we have the Moon, and we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. So the Moon is very strong intuition, and it's needed because it might be a time or a situation where things do look a little murky, but the Moon would suggest you know which way to go. You are walking by moonlight, you're walking by your intuition, and that's what you can do. The Ten of Swords suggests there is a situation that you're about done with. The 10 is a completion card. There might be a situation that's kind of got you down or just felt wounding to you in some way. I don't know if it's thoughts. The swords can be thoughts or something people are saying, something somebody's saying, something hurtful or gossip or just thoughts, your own thoughts that lead you to that really do result in harm to you, really. But whatever it may be, sometimes it's self-sacrificing. I'm the martyr, whatever it may be, the intuition is leading you out of that. It's helping. And so the fact that there's the Moon, to me, it might be a situation that isn't really plain. It's not really, it's ambiguous. You know what I mean? Like, there's something wrong. It's this and this, but it's sort of like a culmination of a bunch of things, and it's hard to put into words, right? It's hard to say, there's my problem, I'm gonna fix it. It's more like a situation you're taking one step out of at a time. And you may not see how you get out of it entirely, and you may not need to. You just take the next step with your intuition. And gradually you get there. The Queen of Cups is another validator that your intuition is quite good. It is mature. The Queen is nurturing and kind, compassionate, sees the complexity of the situation. See, you might be a person where there is a situation in your life that you do want change in, but you have the advantage of understanding it's complicated and understanding there is no black and white, clearly defined path. You need to check in with yourself, check in with your emotions, check in with your intuition as you walk through this day. And you can do that because you've learned how to do that. So I think there's a lot of hope in this reading. And, I think it's important to be glad that you are somebody who knows how to do that, because very many people do not have that fine-tuned multi-layer understanding of emotions, relationships, communication, the way that these interact. Many people just don't have that big picture kind of view, and you do. So you will be able to pick your way out of a circumstance you really would like to see over, whereas some others really may not be able to even know where to begin. So you need to trust your intuition today, and it will lead you right. Okay. And for those of you who would like a little further further clarification, we have the Golden Nugget card, and that is the High Priestess. Oh my gosh. So that is saying you really do have it going on. You are not only intuitive, but you are powerful in that. You are powerful in that. You are the oracle. Today you may really feel like you can hear from the other side. You're getting, if there's a loved one on the other side, you may feel that person near, or you may feel a message from that person. If there is guidance from your guides, from angels, from source, you just might really feel strong with that today. It's a good day to relax into it and sort of feel it rise up in you. And the High Priestess, she's got a lot going on inside of her, and other people have no idea. the depth of her understanding. So, whether people around you understand it or not, today would be a great day for you to just tap into that deep spiritual connection with Source, because you've got it. So today you walk in knowing that you've got it. You walk in knowing you'll be guided moment to moment, and perhaps even to help others. You walk in that. And that's a wonderful card to have for the day. That's a wonderful clarifier. It's a reassurance. All right. Well, I thank you all so much. I hope you have a marvelous day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.